Well, hello there. Welcome to Versions, the series where I try to survive 100 days of hardcore Minecraft in every version of the game. Today, we're on 1.13, the Update Aquatic update. This version came out on July 18, 2018, and by October it was completed. And this is by far the biggest update yet. Mojang did not hold back on this one. And I gotta say, they got it banged on. For all of it. The new mobs, the new blocks, and the new biomes, everything about it was great. So for such a game-changing update, I gotta do something very different. So for this version, I'm challenging myself to never leave the ocean. And if I do, if I'm ever not touching water, then I gotta hold my breath in real life. Which was a bit harder than I expected. So will I make it to day 100? Or will I drown/suffocate trying to? Let's look back in time to the Update Aquatic. Spawning in, I had to do one thing. Jump in the water. Then I checked myself out, got wood, and started hunting for food. I don't like fishing, so I knew it was going to be scarce. While doing that, I ran into the first drown. Welcome to the game, buddy. Playing with dolphins led me to ruins. I almost drowned getting the map, but it was worth it. I'm rich. Iron before cobblestone is crazy. Now my biggest problem was the drowning aspect of the game. So I started shearing seagrass so I could talk to turtles into making me a helmet. My idea seemed to resonate with them, so they got right to work. After some help getting onto land. I got teased for the first one, but once I turned around, boom, my babies. I got right to work on making a wall. But not good enough, as when I turned around, a zombie had taken them out. I was devastated, so I cheered myself up with a new shirt, and got going making trenches. I'm technically still touching water, so it's okay. I tried my hands at helmet making again, this time trying to keep the workers from escaping. It's for the children's safety. I found a third turtle wandering around, so I brought them into the operation. But they were playing difficult to get. This was a mess. So by the end, I was left with one turtle. I'm a great negotiator. A big issue is that turtles don't know how to use doors. But eventually, I got them. Zombies really wanted my eggs though. They even brought weapons. So I was forced to stay inside for tonight. Fuck fishing. Getting the third turtle in was a bit harder. But nothing a small whisper in the ear won't fix. Now that I had 3 turtles, production was maxed out. As when you breed turtles, only the turtle that placed the eggs needs time to recharge. The other one is good to go. So now that I had another one, boom, I could get 2 sets of eggs going. Stonks. While meandering around, I saw a jungle temple on the shores. I not wanting to do cardio, I started a trench to get me in. Finally getting stone. My inventory was getting pretty full, and everything is valuable to me now, so it's time to hoard. The trench proved to be very valuable, but my main objective was still the turtles. The trench seemed to be going away from the temple, so I decided to bring my own water and breaking my way in. It's a lot safer bringing a water bucket in, as it destroys all the traps, so I recommend it. I also raided all the redstone components, but only needed the powder. To make a clock! Some things never change. By now I had a lot of eggs, so I just had to wait through the nights for them to grow. Which, if you didn't know, turtle eggs only grow during the night. And would you look at that, our first set of babies. I gotta say it, they gotta be in the conversation for cutest NPCs in history of video games, because damn, they're a bunch of cuties. You know what's not a cutie? And might be the most annoying mob? Phantoms. Motherfucking stinker looking ass bitch almost killed me. Nighttimes have become very dangerous now, but I can't sleep, because I need my turtles to grow. And thank goodness they did. So I collected my scute and my helmet. What a beautiful day. Now that the factory had done its job, not sure if you can call it a factory when you only make one, I set off, making sure to leave the door open when leaving. Time to get exploring everything this version has to offer, because it's a lot. And the best part is that I can finally sleep. So this sheep had to get it. Actually, maybe not, because I made shears for the next one. But thank you for your sacrifice, as now I had a bed. But you know I couldn't sleep until it turned red. Then I got my first sleep on 1.13. Exploring a shipwreck yielded lots of iron and a clock, but I don't need it, so I left it for someone else. Oh, it also had a buried treasure map, which had a single diamond. Poor pirates, but no matter, as I had a full set of armor. More ships later, my inventory kept getting fuller, and I kept getting richer. I will probably set up base in this mountain, but not on this version. It's ocean time, where I noticed the differences in water color. And the new fishes! Very nice. With my new friend, it was finally time to take on my first drown. With a trident. Let me tell you, I was nervous. This guy hurt a lot, but I thought I had a very good chance of getting the trident, as he also had a nautilus shell. But once I killed him, he only dropped a shell. No trident. I got robbed. So I took my anger out on this enderman, that at least dropped a pearl. That made me feel better. As well as diamonds. They just kept flowing in. But I was biding my time for the next opportunity to get a trident. But nothing. So I continued looting. Will third time be the charm? We'll never know, because he broke my shield, and there's no way I can take him on without it. But I'll be ready for the next one, don't you worry. And it wasn't long until the next one came. But no trident. So I kept doing what I do best, treasure hunting. Getting to use an enchanting bottle, first one of the series. Even though they were added in 1.3. That was just a small distraction till eventually another trident came along. But nothing again. According to the wiki, there's 8.5% chance of the trident getting dropped. So I just need to kill 16 of them to theoretically get 100% of getting one. But for now, I'm just left with mining fatigue and a bed in the bottom of the ocean. There was a desert temple near the shore, so I got going on another trench, with my fish trying to escape. But no worries, I got him. And I got myself in. Nice. Will you be another statistic or the chosen one? Statistics. Miss Lockland, miss. I got another shell at least, and more goodies. I found a childcare. No, can't make that joke. I took some candy from 2 babies. There was a village nearby. Well, not the time to go. It's still looting time. Wanna know the trick? You see the 99 right here? Find the closest one to your X on the map, then dig down. Ta-da! Getting another shell was special. But not as special as a trident will be. But nothing. At least I got shiny stuff. Breathe in. Breathe out. Even better yet, I found a coral reef. Look at this place. Beautiful. Multiple coral reefs actually. So I got house shopping. Where am I gonna set up camp? But I kept getting distracted. Looking around, there were some good parts, but none seemed as good as this one. A shipwreck, ocean ruins, and coral reefs all in the same area? Yes, please. A drown even dropped some gold. So I dropped off some stuff and got going on making a little breathing hole. I had to put Julio down as the chest was giving me troubles to drain. But he didn't get too far, as just like that I had a home. So with my fresh inventory I set off to fill it. I knew eventually I was gonna want a full set of diamond armor and tools. While looting I was also filling up all the maps, but this one was half inland, so I gathered my breath and set off. I started getting duplicates though, so not the best for business. A trident guy brought his friend over, but they turned on each other, so he gave me the upper hand. But nothing. The next day again with another chance, but I got assisted on the kill. Which was fine because there was another one right beside. And you guessed it, no drop. Only if you were weather skeletons. I dropped off my stuff temporarily and kept looting. The drowned didn't like me taking their lights, but I need them more. So... more treasure later gave me more repetitives. So I took all my stuff back, and on my way home I almost got killed. So I left that drown alone. At home now my chest is looking pretty good, and even better with the new lights. So to celebrate I made myself a full set of diamond armor. I also made a pickaxe and ventured down to the caves, where I used the door method to mine obsidian. Down here I noticed diamonds and a fish cemetery. Seriously, there were a lot of dead fish here. So after grabbing the diamonds I got straight out of there and started lighting up my area. I never noticed how much better water looks when it's lit up. You know what else is lit? The nether. But I didn't have anything to light it, so I got gravel. Made an air bubble for the portal, as you can't light it in water, and got going. Still red. And laggy, with a side of fortress. So I went in and got going on getting rods, but tragedy struck. I accidentally right-clicked when I was holding my water bucket, putting Julio down. Julio, no. Julio, please. R.I.P. Julio. After that tragedy, I found out when you leave a furnace or a chest, the game just puts your character facing left once you move. A bit annoying. So 2 tragedies in one day. But that didn't distract me for long, as I had to put Julio, the tropical fish, to rest. So I got a new Julio, and made myself diamond tools. in order to better search for the stronghold, as I needed it to excavate quicker for chests and hit harder to drown. The ice told me it was time to dig down, but I felt going into caves was the best bet. It wasn't. So I triangulated better, dropped off my inventory, and got digging down. And don't worry, I always had water by my side. But no stronghold under me, so I chose a different place and got going. The water proved to be a bit of an obstacle, but I was determined. I knew it was between the two holes I had dug down, so I started making a trench between them. A creeper didn't like the idea, so he tried to sabotage. Well, no matter, as I made it all the way across, so I chose the halfway point of the trench and dug down. Straight into the stronghold. Finding a pearl, a creeper that wasn't very nice to his own kind, and the portal, with no ice. I have no idea how I'm gonna get enough ice for this one. Digging up was a struggle, as I kept having to put water down to breathe. But once I made it up, it was all happy days, and started looting. I also flooded the portal room so I could breathe normally. Then I made a poor man's beacon, and continued lighting up the place. Whoops. With my new blocks, I was able to get an enchanting setup, as there's no chance I would have been able to get the books without it. Turns out I need air beside the table for it to register the bookshelves. My goal here was looting, so I got Bane of my existence out of here, and got myself back up to level 30, and got my pickaxe upgraded. But I wasn't in the mood to enchant anymore, so I got exploring, finding another trident, with the whole family. But the guy couldn't even drop it. Maybe he got stage fright. Then I took a break to gather as much prismarine as I could. But don't worry, I came prepared. I knew I was close to spawn from here, so I headed over to the factory, where I upgraded the facilities and retired the old turtles. While waiting for the new workers, I got chopping wood. And in the nighttime, I waited. Until the miracle of life. Babies! There was a parrot nearby, so I tamed them and his sister. Meet Jungle and Azulita. Sometimes they got on the way. No, I really mean it, sadly. But at least I got the last scute I needed, so I headed home with Jungle by my side. This was a bit of a journey, till I found out he can go in boats, so the rest was pretty easy peasy. Even stopped for some loot. He didn't want to go underwater at first, but he eventually came around to it. I found my old 1.1 home with a huge red mushroom. You usually only see the brown ones. I kept exploring, remembering the village I had swam past, where I looted the blacksmith and said there was a cleric. I know exactly how I'm gonna get enough pearls now. So I took him, giving him the tour of his life, and got started on his living arrangement. But I quickly ran out of glass, so it's not the prettiest per se, but it'll do the job. Once I drain all the water out, which without sponges, it's a struggle. I don't even have sponges in my world. I keep losing them as I keep dying. But netherrack did the trick, so I shoved him down the hole and into his new home, and started the process of upgrading him. Couldn't have done it without the help of buried treasures. Shout out pirates. I ended up buying 17 pearls. Perhaps an overkill? Objection. I was still seeking looting, but couldn't find it, so I enchanted my helmet instead. Wanna see a fully enchanted turtle helmet? Oh no? Okay. I guess I won't show you. Nah, just kidding, I know you wanna see it. Ta-da! With the villagers safe and sound, I took out the transportation chute and got going on sand gathering, as my villager at least deserves to know he's underwater. But I got tired, so I went back to the stronghold and placed all the ice. Then went back to my duty. Smelting it all was gonna take me a while though, so I upgraded my levels and enchanted a pickaxe. I mean, I'll take it, but I would've liked some kind of spice next time. Enchanting my chestplate revealed a pretty good one, so I went back to the nether where I got returned to center. And level 30. But the enchant was not so good, so I did some breathing exercises and felt much better. Here you see me eating all the tropical fish I had, just to get more, just to show how it can be cooked. Knowledge. By now my sand had smelted, so the process of aquarium building began. I really like how bright natural light is, so I gave him skylights. One day he'll have grass instead of dirt. One day. Junio decided to join the village pod, definitely more space to fly than my base. I had a lot of extra glass, so I created another pod, still using netherrack to drain. And honestly, it's not too bad. Food was still an issue though. When is it not an issue in this series? Another one. Another one. But first I had to get this shell. Then it was go time. At least another shell. The game was teasing me with all these tridents though. I'm really trying. It's not like I can transfer all of these back in time, right? Right? I wasn't mad though, as I had enough shells to make a conduit. I can finally live comfortably at my base. I was so excited, I spread around the good news. So peaceful. Then got working on a fish aquarium to try to get every kind of fish. But it felt wrong, so I scrapped it and took my fish back. I also took a cow from the mainland and into the new pod. It's gonna be where I keep my animals. But I wanted to enchant, getting a pretty decent bow. Now for my biggest breeding challenge yet, I headed to the top of the mountain. For snowballs. Cannonball! A sheep was next, proving to be more difficult than the cow. I also used all the eggs getting a chicken. And got a second one from the lamb. And while waiting for the baby to grow, I mined for flint. But when I got back, the baby was gone. So I went to land for a replacement. This guy was so excited, he popped an egg while going in. But again, the baby was gone. I felt like they were drowning, so I closed off the water entrance. Got more food and kept breathing the cheeks. But there was always something in the back of my mind. Pigs! Then I went mining for redstone, so I could map my area. Very blue. Expanding it more and more, it put me off center. Until the last one. So I got coloring. I really enjoyed it back in the Pink Sheep Sanctuary days, so I really wanted to do it again. Shout out Pink Sheep Sanctuary hoodies. Running onto another trident, but sadly, no drop. Game must have heard me crying though, as they sent another trident my way. But it was just a big old tease. The village makes it into the map, so I took a librarian back so my friend has a friend. Upgrading him gave me a woodland mansion map, only if my 1.11 self knew. I placed it into a safe space and continued coloring. I figured trident dudes will come around, and they did, but they're still very selfish. Sadly, there's a huge set of land in the bottom left of my map. Perhaps one day I can hold my breath that much, but at least I can reach the other corner. Then I had to take a break because big mushrooms. I love me a big mushroom. More coloring later, I was really hoping for a trident, but if it isn't meant to be, it isn't meant to be. So I cut my losses and started preparing for the dragon fight. Even becoming a brewer. I needed a way to breathe in the end, so I made water breathing potions. But I needed phantom membrane, so I demembraned them. And made feather falling potions. This dragon ain't know what's coming. They only go up to 4 minutes, so I'm gonna have to be quick. I did get more membranes, just in case. Then it was time. Well, after I got snowballs. It was time. So I said goodbye to everyone and headed off. The safety pearl did have to be used. Good thing about so many. I wouldn't say I'm the best aimer with snowballs, but at least they're sustainable. The dragon was pretty nice this time around, as it let me make my way to the 2 iron bar pillars without any hassle. I appreciate that. I had difficulties with this tower, but we got there in the end. The dragon might be getting harder, but I was able to get the job done and headed home, spawning at spawn. But I made my way back for one last final tour. And that's everything for this episode. Thanks for watching 1.13 and come back next week for version 1.14, the Village and Pillage update. Ooh, the one I've been looking forward to the most. Ooh, a trident guy. Maybe it was meant to be. Damn. Oh, maybe it was meant to be.